A man saved a woman who was on the verge of being hit by a car, but was charged with sexual harassment because he made inappropriate contact with her. Police in Los Angeles said 32-year-old Daniel Reed noticed Jessica Moore stepping into the street while looking at her phone. A car was racing toward her seconds away from impact. Daniel reacted instantly, grabbing her and pulling her out of the way just before the vehicle passed. Surveillance footage later confirmed that his actions had prevented a major accident. However, Jessica later filed a complaint stating that Daniel's actions were inappropriate and violated her personal boundaries. Her legal team argued that no one has the right to touch another person without consent, even in an emergency situation. The case has triggered nationwide debate. Millions online argue that Daniel should be recognized for his quick thinking rather than punished for it. Others insist that physical boundaries must still be respected regardless of intent. Legal experts say the case will likely hinge on intent and public morality, raising questions about where the line should be drawn between consent and heroism. Daniel has maintained that his only intention was to save a life.
You ever notice how gratitude is becoming extinct? Because apparently, in today's world, even saving someone's life can get you sued? Yeah, welcome to the Upside Down. Before we dive in, drop a comment. Are modern men more delusional, or is it the ladies? Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss what we expose next. Now, in a sane world, this kind of thing would be rare. A bizarre one-off that makes headlines because it's unthinkable. But here's the crazy part. It's not rare anymore. We've seen story after story just like it. People punishing those who helped them, twisting good intentions into offenses, and then crying victim when accountability shows up. Think about what that says about our culture. You save someone's life, and instead of a thank you, they start looking for a lawyer. That's not empowerment. That's entitlement dressed as morality. These professional victims have turned grievance into a career path. Everything is offensive. Everything is trauma. Everything is someone else's fault. And the irony, while they're busy chasing attention and potential payout, they're destroying the very empathy and trust that holds society together. It's the me's feelings only mentality, a virus that turns every good deed into a potential lawsuit. At the end of the day, gratitude costs nothing. But entitlement seems to be costing us everything.
This way out.
Absolutely.
I think
love
that's
that idea.
because it's like you need to earn your place out here.
You do.
In my opinion.
You do. And it should be treated as if they're on probation for a while. Like one strike, you're back.
Yeah, even when they're out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Would It Fly? And say it with me, we are watching the Relationship Edition. Beautiful, right over here are our contestants. There he is, he's big, he's bad, he's John from Minnesota, and we have Emily from Miami. Happy to have you guys with us now. We know how to play. You're gonna hear a clip. If you hear something that doesn't really fly, you buzz that buzzer, you tell me why. Here we go!
Hey babe, you're wearing that hoodie again?
Yes, I love it. It's so comfy.
Yeah, but didn't your ex get that for you?
Babe, it's just a hoodie.
Here's Johnny.
If it's just a hoodie, then get rid of it.
Right, John. Hey, go buy another hoodie.
Like, why are you causing problems? If she respected her boyfriend, she'd get rid of it.
Okay, but it is just a hoodie. Like, it's not like...
And what if the roles were reversed, Emily? Wow, that is some loud silence. Moving on.
Okay, just tell me what happened.
Like, we were just talking, and then he just kissed me out of nowhere, and I didn't kiss him back, I swear.
That's John Wick.
Yeah, what the hell do you mean he just kissed you? This isn't a Hallmark movie.
Johnny does it again! What is she talking about? This ain't Hollywood.
Okay, but what if there was literally nothing she could do?
You mean to
Like,
tell me they were talking, she watches him lean in, shove his face in her face, and there's nothing she can do?
I don't buy it either, John. Oh, and that's some bonus points for common sense. Well, everybody, that takes us to our final question. Emily, you're getting shut out, girly pop, but don't you panic because this question is worth double points. DJ, drop that needle.
Babe, look, I got a free drink.
Oh, nice. How'd you get that?
He was like, can I get you a drink? And I just pretended to be in him so I could get a free...
Good morning, Emily.
I mean, a free drink is a free drink.
Not quite. Johnny Rocket?
Yeah, not my f***ing girlfriend.
And it's all Johnny!
I mean, in what world?
Not this one, Johnny. I'll tell you that. And I'll tell you something else.
The fact that we actually hear some women say things like this without irony is the cherry on top of modern madness. It's like we're living in a time where logic is optional and accountability is offensive. Common sense used to be the foundation of everything. Now it's treated like a rare luxury item. Every time someone gets called out, they don't reflect. They rebrand their bad decisions as empowerment. And the moment you question it, suddenly you're the problem. This is what happens when a culture starts rewarding delusion over discipline. The truth becomes negotiable. Words lose meaning. And the same people crying about equality are the ones building new double standards that only benefit them. It's not about men versus women. It's about adults versus accountability. And right now, accountability is losing that fight badly.
From marriage more than women do. And when you look at the statistics of like post-divorce mental health outcomes, men have worse mental health outcomes than women. Women are typically happier after divorce. And so if you want to argue that marriage disproportionately benefits women, like that's not true.
I'd be pretty unhappy too if I was on child support or alimony and I had a hard time seeing my kids.
And you had to support your children. What a hard life.
Well, you understand that it's not taxed. So the problem is they take over 50% of the man's income because it's not, so they have to pay taxes on the stuff they're giving her and take half of his paycheck.
To support his children that he wants to be involved in their lives.
Right, but it wasn't his choice because women leave the majority of the time.
It is his choice to relinquish his parental rights if he wants to.
What I'm saying is many men want to be married and they want to be an involved father and they want to stay with the mother of their children. My point is if she makes the decision to leave, she should pay for it. If you want to leave, that's totally fine, but you should pay to raise your kid.
Is it not his child as well?
And he should pay for the time. That's why I said 50-50 custody off the bat, no child support, no alimony.
So she gets to take on all of the child care responsibilities, but he doesn't have to like pay anything. He doesn't have to have any buy-in.
I didn't say all, I said 50-50 custody. He should have the kid half the time.
But doesn't have to pay any money towards it.
No, he should pay for the kid when the kid's at his house.
Okay, and so the majority of the time when the kid is at the mother's house, he doesn't have to be involved in any way financially?
No, she should pay for it. She has a job. Why should he have to pay for a kid?
He should support it.
If she chose to have the kid and she chooses divorce, why should she not have to pay for her own decision? That's the thing. See, there it is. You want all the freedom to do whatever you want.
You ever notice how selective some people are with facts? They'll shout statistics all day when it makes them look good. But the moment context enters the conversation, suddenly it's misinformation. Because that context exposes the truth they don't want to face. Take the justice system, for example. Everyone loves to talk about equality, but nobody wants to admit how deeply biased the system really is. Men consistently get harsher sentences for the exact same crimes. And when it comes to family court, it's not even close. That system isn't just flawed, it's fundamentally rigged. And here's the worst part. Women who play these games know exactly what they're doing. This isn't ignorance, it's strategy. They understand how to weaponize the system, how to use a child as emotional leverage, and how to turn a breakup into a financial opportunity. It's not about fairness. It's not about protecting anyone. It's about control. And control disguised as justice is one of the most dangerous things in our society today. Because when truth takes a backseat to personal gain, everybody loses, especially the kids caught in the middle.
Noticed how many women want a good man until it requires her to be a better woman. Then suddenly she's not interested. Suddenly it's, I'll find a man who will accept me just as I am. No, if you want a good man, sometimes that means you have to become a better woman. I've been in a relationship for 2 years, I'm engaged, and I'm working at becoming a better woman all the fucking time. Why wouldn't you? I saw a video earlier today where a guy asked a woman what a woman should do to take care of a man in a relationship, and she was baffled, dumbfounded that he would even ask that question. I mean, who is raising these girls? Like, they really just think that they're don't stink and that they are God's gift to this earth, and any man who she allows to touch her should be grateful. No, if you want a good man, sometimes that requires you to become a better woman. And the same goes vice versa. You want a good woman, become a better man. It's very simple. Say that to a woman though, and suddenly it's, I'm a victim.
I went on a date last night, and every time I go on a date, it just makes me more and more like grateful for the choices that I made in my life up to this point.
What kind of choices, you might ask? You may think that you know, but this is no ordinary woman. She comes from a completely different culture. Watch this video and listen to her speak womanese. It's a very distinct language. Unfortunately, very few men can understand it, so I'm going to act as translator.
I just started like seriously dating again after, I mean like in January, I took like a long hiatus. I didn't really date anyone seriously last year.
Now, you might think that a woman of her age can't afford to take time off off dating because she's approaching infertility. But in womanese culture, biology has been ruled to be a sexist invention of the patriarchy. They passed a law granting all women infinite time to reproduce, so she's not worried.
This guy was tall, he has a good job, he's attractive, he owns property, he seemed like he had everything going for him.
Tall, attractive, good job, owns property. He has everything going for him. In our language, that phrase might mean that he's kind, he has good values, good personality. But in womanese culture, the only qualities that men are rated by have to do with looks and wealth. Men don't exist outside of those categories.
We were talking and I was just like, we are just like not compatible. Because I was talking to him and he's basically like, well, what's your priority right now in your life? And I'm like, I'm my priority. Like, what do you mean? What else would my priority be? Like my job and growing and myself, I'm my priority.
See, the man actually made a big misstep here because that question that he asked her was very culturally insensitive. Asking her about her priorities shows how uneducated he is about womanese culture. He should have done his homework because the only priority for womanese women is themselves. In womanese culture, there is no other possible answer to that question, and that's why she's so surprised. Of course she is her only priority, and he really should have known that. Big red flag.
And he was telling me how all of his friends have kids and he's one of the only single people. And I was like, how old are you? And he's like 33. I was like, that's crazy because every single one of my, I hardly know anyone married.
He's 33 and his friends are married with children. That seems normal and age appropriate to us, but then why does she seem so surprised? It's because in womanese culture, women mature very, very slowly. They're not rushed like women are in different cultures. To us, the idea of using your 20s to travel, to grow, to learn about yourself, and then in your 30s, think about partnering up, starting a family, having children, that seems normal. But in womanese culture, women are so unique and special that one decade is not possibly enough time for her to truly get to know herself. She needs her 30s, her 40s, and even beyond to still be dedicated to self-exploration. That's how special she is. She needs that time.
The Husband Store. This is the mind of an eternal seven. A brand new store has just opened in New York City that sells husbands. When women go to choose a husband, they must be able to abide by the following instructions. You may visit the store only once. There are 6 floors, and the attributes of the men increase as the shopper ascends. There is, however, one catch. You may choose any men from a particular floor, or you may choose to go up to the next floor, but you cannot go back down except to exit the building. Those are the rules. So, a woman goes into the husband store to find a husband. On the first floor, the sign reads, Floor 1, these men have jobs and love kids. She looks around and says, oh, great, have jobs and love kids. But she decides to, instead of picking a man here, go up to floor 2 because the quality of men keeps ascending as she goes up. She knows the rules. Time is ticking. The second floor reads, these men have jobs, love kids, and love God. She likes this floor, but instead her curiosity is getting the better of her. Floor 1 was good, floor 2 was better, gotta see floor 3. Floor 3 reads, these men have jobs, love kids, love God, and are extremely good looking. Jackpot, floor 3. But if this is what's happened by floor 3, what do you think happens? She keeps on going. Wow, she thinks. But she feels compelled to keep going. So she goes to the 4th floor and the sign reads, these men have jobs, love kids, love God, are drop dead gorgeous, and will help with housework. That's on the 4th floor. 2 floors left, but on the 4th floor. Oh, mercy me, she exclaims. I can hardly believe it, but still. She goes to the 5th floor and the sign reads, these men have jobs, love kids, love God, are drop dead gorgeous, help with housework, and have a strong romantic streak. They can put it down, and they're romance guys. She is so tempted to stay, but then she goes to the 6th floor and the sign reads, you are visitor number 4,363,012 to this floor. There are no men on this floor. This floor exists solely as proof that women are impossible to please. Thank you for shopping the husband store. Goodbye.
I will never forget the time that I went on a date with this man.
Every time I think we take 2 steps forward, we end up taking 5 steps back in this dating pool. Few discretion is advised.
And on the date, like long story short, on the date it started raining. All right, we were supposed to go out to eat, and then we was going to get some work pants across the bay in Mobile. We was going across the bay, and it started raining. And you know, when we got to the place, he was like, you know, it's raining. Do you want me to park you at the door, or you know, how you want to do it? And I'm just like, no, you know, it's cool, like whatever. Y'all, why this man stopped at the gas station and got me an umbrella so we could walk in the store and I didn't have to get wet. And when I tell y'all I never talk to that man again, because personally I just want to that's gonna make me run. That's gonna be like, ready, set, go, run. You know what I'm saying? Like, take off. Like, I don't know. If you stopping to go get an umbrella, it really icks me out. Like, why don't you go get me an umbrella?
See what I mean? See what I mean, right? Now I wanted to chalk it up as like rage bait. I wanted to chalk it up as like, oh, she's just talking. But I took the liberty of going on her page, and a lot of her videos are very similar to this one. She seems very sincere about what she's saying. I swear you can't make this shit up. It's impossible. You cannot make this up. And I can assure you she's going to get with the guy that she truly deserves, right? Trust me when I tell you, she's going to get with the guy that she truly deserves. And then when he dragged her through the mud, all of a sudden men are just horrible dogs. She wanted don't give a fuck about her. And then when she find a man that don't give a fuck about her, because those men exist, men ain't as a whole. And she will never give credit to the man that actually showed her compassion. She gonna wait until she have a couple of kids and the streets done had their way with her to try and go back and get that man. And when he declines, she gonna be like, oh, this was wrong with men. Nah, you're not real men. Nah. But you know what? When it's all said and done, there's one part of that video that I do appreciate from her. She left that man alone. He don't deserve that. Not even a little bit. And my boy, wherever you are, if you see this video, bro, go find a woman that can appreciate who you truly are as a man. And leave the skeezers for the streets. You can't.
Like he said, avoid these types at all costs. Seriously? Because here's the pattern. They make reckless choices, ignore every red flag, and then when life starts handing out consequences, suddenly they're the victim. It's always the same story. I didn't know. It's not fair. Men are the problem. But let's be real. It's not bad luck. It's bad decisions. And the hardest pill to swallow. They actually believe they should be free to do whatever they want without ever facing the reality that comes with it. That mindset is pure fantasy. Actions have consequences, whether you like it or not. But modern culture keeps selling this delusion that accountability is oppression, that if you feel uncomfortable, someone else must be to blame. So yes, protect your peace. Don't try to fix them. Don't try to reason with them. Just walk away. Because the moment you start taking responsibility for their chaos, you become the villain in their next victim story.
I've been spending all her child support checks on her new boyfriend. She even called me one day and asked me to send her extra money so she could buy my son new shoes. I'm like, yeah, I got you. I sent her money. He come over. I'm like, hey, son, what kind of shoes you get? He said, Mom haven't bought me any new shoes in a while. I'm like, huh? He said, yeah, her new boyfriend Jarvis been needing a lot of money. So I called her. I'm like, why my son telling me that you haven't bought him anything new and you just asked me to send you money so you could buy him something new? She like, it's not like that. He just kind of going through a lot right now. His mom just died and we trying to get her cremated. So her remains is just sitting at the funeral home and nobody help us out. I'm like, man, that don't got nothing to do with me. She like, don't be selfish. Say less. So I went down to the funeral home and I bought his mama's remains. And if he want to see his mama again, they going to have to buy my son shoes, or else I'm going to start getting freaky with the urn. Matter of fact,
if you've made it this far, you already know the truth stings, but it sets you free. The more we call out the double standards, the closer we get to real balance between men and women. If you enjoyed this breakdown, I promise you'll love the next one. It's going to expose an even deeper layer of modern delusion. I'll see you there. Stay sharp, stay grounded, and never apologize for thinking critically.